A few kilometers outside of Nairobi, and a construction team is hard at work on a building site that will see 71 houses completed by 2010. A lack of proper housing is a problem common to many parts of Africa, as is the issue of finance.
The initial problems that we went through, particularly getting acceptance from the banks to give us the funding that we required, that was quite a problem. And thank God, Shelter Afrique came to our help. They agreed to give us the monies that we wanted.
From its offices in the Kenyan capital, Shelter Afrique will, in 2009, have allocated over $70 million in funds to housing projects all over Africa.
As a bedroom, plus for the house, you just block this one.
They invested over $2 million in Samson Ooru's newly formed Sawada construction company, a sector into which the retired engineer was venturing for the first time.
I think we learn in our business model to support first-time builder. Is not easy given the profile of the risk, but in addition to that, to support locals. And we get a lot of experience on that, how to deal with developers who are not very sophisticated.
Samson Ooro convinced Shelter Afrique that his project was not only commercially viable and able to repay its loan, but that he could provide the necessary technical expertise and management. At just under $100,000 for a 4-bedroom house and $90,000 for 3 bedrooms, the project is aimed at middle-income families. Then there is the added value of jobs.
We were looking for something that could generate employment to our people. And even those who are close to us. This is a facility that could bring in a lot of people who are lacking employment. Rather than help them with money, you could help them with employment.
What Samson and his team could not have foreseen, however, was the effects of the political and social unrest that struck Kenya in 2008 and which delayed the housing project.
In fact, the contractor stopped working because of the inflation of the materials went up more than 80%. And to get the contractor accepting to come back to continue with the work was quite a big challenge and a problem.
To tide the company over, Samson and his team of directors exchanged salaries for shares. And shares also figure prominently at the privately held Shelter Afrique, which counts amongst its board members the African Development Bank. Its shareholders are spread across the continent.
We are paying dividends. This is something very important. I think this is one of the distinct attributes for Shelter Afrique compared to other DFI. We pay dividend to our shareholders. Every year we pay dividend to 42 African shareholders. Why we are doing that? Because we want to prepare this institution to be a real PPP institution.
A PPP, or public-private partnership, that has already seen some success in Kenya. Agnes Ndunda moved into her comfortable home in the Sawada Estate near Nairobi in 2008. The land belonged to the Kenyan Port Authority's pension scheme, and they saw an opportunity to cash in on behalf of their members. It was also a chance for families such as the Ndundas to buy affordable housing.
It's very comfortable living and knowing it's your own. That's the most important, that I no longer pay rent, so it's a good property.
Agnes's estate is just the first of 3. The 2 others are under construction, thanks to investment from Shelter Afrique's shareholders.
We have our slogan, like, as we build a house, we build a family and a nation.
Shelter Afrique says it aims to become what it calls a truly Pan-African institution and is starting operations in Cape Verde as well as Equatorial Guinea.